There was going to be a play-by-play cut there of Drake Maye throwing incomplete on an in-cut to Jalen Reagor. And that was your highlight last night, folks. If you tuned in to watch that preseason game last night, that was it, an incomplete on an in-cut from Drake Maye to Jalen Reagor. That's what you were going to hear coming in here. But either way, who wants to go first? Murray.
Yeah, look, one of the unofficial slogans of this very show, Mike, is we got a show to do today, right?
You bet.
Yeah, so I think that helps excuse what can sometimes sound like an extremely aggressive opinion on whatever the hell it is we happen to be talking about that particular day. So with that in mind, with a show to do today, here's my only takeaway from last night's preseason game. I think I hate the Patriots coaching staff. Not as people. I'm not a monster. I'm sure they're all very fine people. Their methods, though, at least in terms of how they handled Drake Maye and then proceeded to shove Bailey Zappi, who shouldn't even be here, down my throat for the following 2 hours after Maye's one token drive, I can't stand them. What was that? What was that? One drive, which were mostly handoffs. How's this kid supposed to learn? How's this kid supposed to develop? And you mean to tell me that he couldn't have been better served by one more drive, 2 more drives? That's about it, just to get acclimated to the speed of the pro game, to get more comfortable. Instead, he loses precious building block snaps to Bailey Zappi. And the people that were there last night, and it certainly wasn't a full house, but the people that did go and spent their money to sit through that, I heard the boos when Zappi was out there. And Zappi came back out for the third quarter, and you're right to do it. Boo him, boo them, because how they handled that last night, the third overall pick, for one night at least, is pathetic, and it left me feeling zero confidence. Not about Drake Maye. It's not. I still would like to believe I have confidence in Drake Maye. What am I supposed to know? You didn't see anything. The staff surrounding him, though, from Gerard Mayo to Alex Van Pelt on down, anyone on the offensive side of the ball, I don't think that they know what the hell that they're doing. That's how I felt for one night. I can't stand the coaching staff already.
Let me take it one step further. I'll go next. And I honestly felt this last night. I think the NFL should get sued over their preseason product. Sued. And I'm not typically that guy. I am not a litigious man. But I know that you people are. And I know that a group of fans got together and sued the NFL over the NFL Sunday Ticket, right? Over the satellite and the Sunday Ticket program. So I didn't even dip my toe into that. I don't even know what the grounds were. I don't know what they were suing over. All I know is that they took on the NFL over an unfair consumer product in the NFL Sunday Ticket and won. They won. They won at a lower level court. I know it's going to be appealed. I know the original judge has already sort of gotten a little squirrely about the thing. But all I'm saying is this. If you can sue the NFL over the NFL Sunday Ticket, season ticket holders can sure as hell sue the NFL over their preseason ticket policies, right? I mean, the season ticket holders still pay full freight for that thing, right?
Yeah.
Okay, that's an absolute joke, and we've talked about it for years. It doesn't even really bear repeating because we've done it so much. It's such an obvious topic. It's such an obvious take. But I think now more than ever, with these joint practices and how all these teams put everything into the joint practices, which are not televised, which the season ticket holders don't benefit from, right? They're either open to the public or I just think they're open to the public for free in most places. So these season ticket holders who have to pay the freight for these games and get nothing, it's never been worse. It keeps getting worse. And I think you should sue their ass. I'm not kidding. I'm not that guy. I'm not a litigious man, but I know you are. I know a lot of people out there are. You sue anybody at the drop of a hat. And you all got together and sued the NFL over the TV thing. Get together and sue them over this. I'm not kidding. Go after them. It's that bad. It's that egregious. It's that big of a consumer fraud, consumer rights issue. Like, it is. I don't think I'm crazy on this.
No, it feels like
more grounds on that thing than you.
It feels like one big F you to the consumer.
Go ahead, Jim.
It does. It feels like one big middle finger for people that are, that are paying their hard-earned money for those tickets to go there and to see that. You should
sue them. I'm not kidding. Get together and sue them. You'll have my support. Greg, what's your opening thought?
My opening thought is I have no idea what they're doing with Drake Maye. And any of the rationale, explanation from Gerard Mayo last night, today, I don't believe any of it. It smells like he's not progressing, that he doesn't know what he's doing. The whole second offensive line thing, it makes no sense. And I've been, texting with NFL people all day. Last night during the game, I was hearing from people trying to find a comp for what they're doing with Drake Maye. 7 snaps, 6, one with the penalty. It's ridiculous. He needs to play. And all right, say you want to take Gerard Mayo at face value about the second offensive line. That offensive line was not that bad last night. And plus, Carolina didn't play anybody. So you're talking about the Carolina 2s and 3s on defense. Leighton Robinson was at left tackle. This is when Drake Maye would have continued to play. Caden Wallace is at left tackle. He's your 3rd-round pick, okay? Michael Jordan at left guard has played 55 NFL games, 29 starts. Nick Leverett has played 16 NFL games, started 10. And by the way, he played extensively at center with the Bucs for somebody named Tom Brady. So Nick Leverett was good enough to be a center for Tom Brady. At right guard, you have Leighton Robinson, your 4th-round pick, okay? If you guys are good at drafting, these guys should be able to play against 2s and 3s from a terrible Carolina Panthers team. And then at right guard, you have Calvin Anderson, who's played 46 NFL games with 14 starts. No matter where Drake Maye is in terms of his development, any NFL offensive coordinator worth of salt can script a 15, 20-play appearance where he gets what he needs. You get the invaluable film of Drake Maye out there in an NFL game and get through it, and he can make progress. It can be good for him. Last night was a complete waste of time. I can't believe this is what they're doing with Drake Maye.
And there's dual outrages. Murray and I sort of hit on the fan part of it. Okay, so as a fan, what a freaking letdown that was last night. I mean, that was just painful. Okay, and I'm gonna have Murray tell you his story last night, what he did when Bailey Zappi came into that game. So there's a fan part, which I'm happy to poke and explore, because it is gross what the NFL owners have put on you with these preseason games. And I know we've talked about this a lot over the years. It's not a new story. But a night like last night just drives it home. There's people out there who paid $300 a ticket or whatever for those, for that game. As season ticket holders, right, who don't have a choice. So the fan part of it. But then there's a football part, Greg, which you're in charge of the football department today. Okay. So the football thing, you think from a football standpoint, what they did last night was outrageous.
100%. I mean, they're almost insulting our intelligence by saying, this is the plan. First of all, whose plan is it? Who's the head coach of this team? Gerard today talked about talking to Alex Van Pelt and Ben McAdoo about who's making the decisions. Is it Elliot Wolf with Alex Van Pelt and Ben McAdoo? I heard Bert this morning with the morning show, and we know Bert's plugged in with this coaching staff, and he brought up Patrick Mahomes and Jordan Love as an example of where Drake Maye is, because Bert said something about his footwork is non-existent when he got to the Patriots, that they had to rebuild him from scratch. Okay, fine. I'll believe that. He's been here for 3.5 months. What are they doing? Why do they need 7 snaps? You can't hand off, screen, bubbles. Get him in you're worried about his footwork and not messing him up? Get him in the shotgun. Let him throw a bunch of quick passes. None of it makes any sense. So now you're led to believe, or you're thinking about, all right, well, why isn't he playing more? Because this is not the norm. This is not the norm for a 3rd overall pick. And I'm not saying, I don't care about playing him right away or anything like that, how most guys in the top 5 go. I'm fine with sitting him for an extended period of time. But if this is really where he is, I mean, it's a joke to talk about him playing at any point this season until the end of the season. If this is where he is.
Based on that sound, I'm thinking we probably just lost Mike on the feed. So, while we try to get Mike back Why don't we hear from you at 617-779-0985? I agree wholeheartedly with what Greg said about last night. Again, it felt like consumer fraud based on how Mike was talking about last night's preseason game. I felt that, and I just felt from a football standpoint. How did that help Drake Maye? And what the hell are they doing with him? Because it doesn't feel like much. 617-779-0985 is the phone number to get on with us. One open line already. So get on quickly if you want to get on. Yes, you're back. Hi, Mike.
Yeah, tell me your story.
Oh, yeah. So, Drake Maye comes in after that first drive with Brissett, and I'm feeling there. My wife and I are out to dinner, and I'm like, all right, here we go. We're going to probably get a full quarter of Drake Maye. So my wife and our bartender, they're yakking away about spray tanning of all things. I'm paying attention to the game, and the bartender's telling Jasmine how she runs her own tanning business. And that's when the poor girl, this bartender, heard me go, oh, F you, like the full word with real disgust in my voice. Because the bartender thought I meant her and her tanning business, when I was really responding to watching Bailey Zappi come out after just one drive by Drake F. and May. Really, go F yourself. Like, I was disgusted with how they handled that last night.
So the bartender thought you were telling her to go F herself.
Yeah, talking to my wife about spray tanning.
But you were really telling Alex Van Pelt and the Patriots to go F themselves.
Yeah, MF in the TV is what I was doing. At like it wasn't just like a ratty bar either. It was a nice dining establishment, and I'm losing my mind because Drake Maye was in for one useless drive where it was mostly handoffs. Oh, I'm so pissed. I said, Mike, yesterday, in these last couple of days, we're going to get a Drake quake, either good or bad. We're going to learn something here from Drake Maye. We're going to come into Friday feeling like, ooh, all right, they might have hit him the third overall pick. We saw some stuff, great, or bad. And we're just going to be upset about this, might feel like a bust. Either way, there was going to be something. We get nothing because they didn't play him. I said there'd be no gray area. All we got was gray because we get nothing because of the stupid coaching staff.
If you like that clip, check out more videos from Felger and Mazz here. For more Patriots analysis and opinion, hit this playlist. And for all the latest from the Sports Hub, download the app at 985thesportshub.com.